quick, I need somebody to come up here. You don't have to speak. I just need someone to write who can write for me. Is there anyone that will do that? Just come up, Elizabeth. Yeah, you are perfect. Ian, give him a round of applause. So, what I need? What's that?
The guy who takes action.
That's it. Yes, exactly. Use this, please. What I want some keywords for real estate investing. Just by a show of hands, I'm just going to go around, like, for example, one is what? Marketing, right? So let's put marketing down. We're going to try to fill up the board, or at least half of it. That way we have some time.
It's a little dead.
Here, use this one, try this one. Anyone else? Any? Finance. Yes. What's finance? All right, so marketing, we got finance. What else? You guys can go ahead and say them. Network. Okay, what else? Acquisition. Due diligence? Cool, that's perfect. Due diligence. What else? Education. This is for 2014. We're brainstorming here, so let's get some even if you're new to this, what do you think it is? Anyone else?
Systems.
What is it?
Systems.
Systems. Beautiful, systems. What else?
Relationships.
Relationships. Great. Let's put that on. Team. Come on, you guys. We got a bunch of real estate investors in here. What else we got?
Demographics.
Demographics. Great. Communication.
A reason, the why.
Okay, why? Comps.
Exit strategies.
Okay, cool.
I've been wearing my hand out here.
Yeah.
Right faster.
Exit strategies. Five more.
ARV.
ARV.
Know your market.
ARV, know your market.
Hard money lender.
Okay, so we got demographics, which is hard money lending. Profits. All right, that's a good one. No one even said profits in here. This is interesting.
Rate of return.
Rate of return. Perfect. So we got two more. Contractors. Beautiful. Contractors.
The city.
And the city. That's it. That's perfect. Contractors and the city. And we can imagine we can keep going with this, right? Cool. Thanks, Ian. Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you. There's one that is missing. What is it? That's missing too, but that's not the one. There's one that changes the whole game. Changes everything. Well, that too, interest rates. Now you're talking. Now, where were you 2 minutes ago? What gets you up in the morning? What gets you to come here January 2nd to sit down and listen to people on stage? Right? People think it's profits, but that's a side effect of loving what you do. Some of you guys may know Daryl, and I sat with him, and I was looking for people to do real estate investing with. And it was funny, the story he told me was, I'm like, well, what moves you to do real estate? He said, well, in 2009, I was sleeping on the couch of my mother-in-law's house with my wife and my 2 kids. Three kids. And I assure you, he did not make a kid while he's sleeping on his mother-in-law's couch. I promise you that, because he was telling me his kids were sleeping on the floor, which means when he had to get up to go to the restroom, he'd have to go over them so he doesn't step on his own kids. That's why I want to work with him. He found the love of what he does. And he hadn't even mentioned real estate to me at that point. The side effect of getting profits and becoming successful is loving what you do. What gets him up in the morning is he will never, ever in his life go back and sleep on someone's couch again, ever. So I assure you that if you work with him, he's going to make sure that he's going to make you profits and make himself profits. But the ones that are in real estate thinking they're going to make a lot of money, you'll see them leave in a couple months. You'll see him here for a little bit thinking it's a real get-rich scheme, and they're gone, looking for the next thing. Because they're not doing it for what essentially wakes people up in the morning. the love of what you do, find out the why. And I have a video that kind of goes along with that. That kind of explains this in a grander scale.
How do you explain when things don't go as we assume? Or better, how do you explain when others are able to achieve things that seem to defy all of the assumptions? For example, why is Apple so innovative? Year after year after year after year, they're more innovative than all their competition. And yet, they're just a computer company. They're just like everyone else. They have the same access to the same talent, the same agencies, the same consultants, the same media. Then why is it that they seem to have something different? Why is it that Martin Luther King led the civil rights movement? He wasn't the only man who suffered in a pre-civil rights America, and he certainly wasn't the only great orator of the day. Why him? And why is it that the Wright brothers were able to figure out control-powered manned flight when there were certainly other teams who were better qualified, better funded, and they didn't achieve powered manned flight, and the Wright brothers beat them to it? There's something else at play here. About 3.5 years ago, I made a discovery. And this discovery profoundly changed my view on how I thought the world worked, and it even profoundly changed the way in which I operate in it. As it turns out, there's a pattern. As it turns out, all the great and inspiring leaders and organizations in the world, whether it's Apple or Martin Luther King or the Wright brothers, they all think, act, and communicate the exact same way, and it's the complete opposite to everyone else. All I did was codify it. And it's probably the world's simplest idea. I call it the golden circle. Why, how, what? This little idea explains why some organizations and some leaders are able to inspire where others aren't. Let me define the terms really quickly. Every single person, every single organization on the planet knows what they do 100%. Some know how they do it, whether you call it your differentiating value proposition or your proprietary process or your USP. But very, very few people or organizations know why they do what they do. And by why, I don't mean to make a profit. That's a result. It's always a result. By why, I mean what's your purpose? What's your cause? What's your belief? Why does your organization exist? Why do you get out of bed in the morning? And why should anyone care? Well, as a result, the way we think, the way we act, the way we communicate is from the outside in. It's obvious. We go from the clearest thing to the fuzziest thing. But the inspired leaders and the inspired organizations, regardless of their size, regardless of their industry, all think, act, and communicate from the inside out. Let me give you an example. I use Apple because they're easy to understand and everybody gets it. If Apple were like everyone else, a marketing message from them might sound like this. We make great computers. They're beautifully designed, simple to use, and user-friendly. Want to buy one? Meh. And that's how most of us communicate. That's how most marketing is done, that's how most sales is done, and that's how most of us communicate interpersonally. We say what we do, we say how we're different or how we're better, and we expect some sort of behavior, a purchase, a vote, something like that. Here's our new law firm. We have the best lawyers with the biggest clients. We have, we always perform for our clients, do business with us. Here's our new car. It gets great gas mileage. It has, leather seats. Buy our car. But it's uninspiring. Here's how Apple actually communicates. Everything we do, we believe in challenging the status quo. We believe in thinking differently. The way we challenge the status quo is by making our products beautifully designed, simple to use, and user-friendly. We just happen to make great computers. Want to buy one? Totally different, right? You're ready to buy a computer from me. All I did was reverse the order of the information. What it proves to us is that people don't buy what you do, people buy why you do it. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. This explains why every single person in this room is perfectly comfortable buying a computer from Apple. But we're also perfectly comfortable buying an MP3 player from Apple, or a phone from Apple, or a DVR from Apple. But But as I said before, Apple's just a computer company. There's nothing that distinguishes them structurally from any of their competitors. Their competitors are all equally qualified to make all of these products. In fact, they tried. A few years ago, Gateway came out with flat screen TVs. They're eminently qualified to make flat screen TVs. They've been making flat screen monitors for years. Nobody bought one. And Dell came out with MP3 players and PDAs. And they make great quality products, and they can make perfectly well-designed products, and nobody bought one. In fact, talking about it now, we can't even imagine buying an MP3 player from Dell. Why would you buy an MP3 player from a computer company? But we do it every day. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. The goal is not to do business with everybody who needs what you have. The goal is to do business with people who believe what you believe.
All right. That was Simon Sinek, and you can watch the rest of it. There's about 10 more minutes. It's absolutely amazing. I want to ask a quick question to you guys. Do you guys remember when Barack Obama and Mitt Romney were battling it out to be presidential candidates? What was Barack Obama's platform? Hope. Well, yeah, but what was his thing? It was what? Hope. What else? What else was it? Change. Hope and change. Wow, you guys all pretty much know that. Cool. What's with Mitt Romney's?
47%.
Yeah. Now, if you think about it, on paper, it doesn't really matter. But what they were doing when they're battling it out, it was pretty much the same thing everyone's been saying for the last 50 years. But we knew Barack Obama's why. And it made us want to believe in him and believe in ourselves. That's what it is. People don't care about the information that you give them. They want to know that you love what you do. So when you guys leave here today, find out what your why is. Why are you in real estate? Why are you investing? Because if you don't believe in your own product, I assure you no one else will. If you don't believe in your own passion, and you're not passionate enough to wake up in the morning and be excited to help people, people will see it and they will not work with you. That's the biggest lesson I've learned, and I'm a coach, and John F. Kennedy says he wrote speeches to change the world. And I coach because I change people's lives, and that's my why. And I 100% believe it, and that's what I wake up to every single morning.